So I've been openly very critical around the current state of Star Wars and notably the marketing surrounding Ahsoka. But hey, I still felt like I needed to give it a fair shake, you know? So that's what I did. I refreshed my expectations, cleared preconceived notions, and even managed to violently subdue my burning hatred for Star Wars Rebels, and I sat down and tuned in to episode 1 of Ahsoka. So was it as bad as predicted? No. It might actually be worse. Right off the bat, Ahsoka does not make a good impression on its viewers. Why is our title crawl just 2D vertical text on a screen? Did you animate this in Microsoft Word? Who authorized this? There's a reason why the movies have the title crawl on an angle. It's because it's more visually engaging that way. And if you're exposition dumping all over your audience face, you're gonna want to keep their attention. This might seem like a small thing to nitpick, but why was it not their default? You literally changed it for no reason, and all you did was make it worse. It wasn't broken, Dave. You didn't have to fix it. Did your editor just not have the Star Wars title crawl preset saved on Microsoft Paint, or is this just inconceivably lazy? Also, can I just say, Master and Apprentice has to be the least inspired name for an episode of Star Wars ever. Did ChatGPT come up with that for you? Oh, there's the Master and the Apprentice in this episode. I guess I name it Pasta and Apprentice. Like, come on. Despite everything I just said, I really am a Star Wars nerd at heart. You give me an opening shot harkening back to A New Hope in shiny 2023 CGI with a classic track in the background, it made me smile, I'm not gonna lie. Just being placed back in this world, it's enough to get me happy, and maybe even a little optimistic. And fortunately, the show does give us some juicy Star Wars goodness to chew on before we dive into the dumpster that is the rest of the show. The introduction of our villains is pretty much perfect to me. Yeah, people have complained about the captain being dumb for inviting 2 Sith Lords on board, yada yada, but personally, I couldn't even care. You show me 2 badass Sith Lords tearing up motherfuckers with a phenomenal score, that's all it takes to make me happy. Can I talk about how much I love the costume design of these two, by the way? How it resembles the prequel era Jedi robes with a tinge of Old Republic armoring in there. It's just so good. Also, there's a fish. I like the fish. Overall, the introduction from the set design down to the performances is pure distilled Star Wars fun, and at this point I was like, huh, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the show isn't so bad. Unfortunately, first episode never reaches this level of quality again. It's all downhill from here, folks, because now we are focused solely on our protagonists, and what we soon realize is that something is very, very wrong with our heroes. They don't have a single likable character trait between them. At first, it's not so bad. The show has some restraint. We get a little silent scene of Ahsoka in an ancient temple finding the obligatory Filoni MacGuffin. I like the choreography in this scene. The way she cuts holes in the floor to take the droids out of the fight temporarily is a creative use of environment, and I enjoy this kind of thing a lot. Yeah, it ends in a really dumb way where the droids activate a self-destruct button, but only after warning Ahsoka about it and giving her long enough to run away. But it's whatever. At this point, I'm still holding on to hope that the show won't suck entirely. I mean, sure, Ahsoka still looks really weird, Hera does too, and Ahsoka refuses to show any emotion whatsoever, but oh no. Is that... No! We are introduced to Sabine. So Sabine's whole shtick in this episode is that she's really sad about Ezra dying, which makes her just completely unrelatable because personally, whenever I think about Ezra dying, I feel a great sense of satisfaction. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the good shit. Oh, also Sabine is mad at Ahsoka because of off-screen development. Okay, sure. As soon as these two characters link up, the show really starts to nosedive for me. It's just Sabine being bratty or passive-aggressive and Ahsoka having no discernible personality whatsoever. Their interactions are not fun to watch. It also has the effect of making Sabine annoying again, because we have no context for why she's mad at Ahsoka except for some implied issues, so Dave clearly has no interest in making us like this character that he is so clearly very proud of. He couldn't make us like her in Rebels, and now he's doing the same thing equally bad. I like how Ahsoka fully just manipulates Sabine by saying she knows where Ezra is when she actually has no idea. That is so evil and I'm loving it. Completely pointless and out of character, but hilarious nonetheless. Although every conversation after this just acts like Ahsoka is certain that they can find Ezra, so fuck me I guess. But then we come to the very worst part of the whole episode. The fight between Sabine and the Sith apprentice. And in this case, the Mary Sue accusers have complete validity. This completely regular human goes up against the Sith and duels her without immediately dying. This made me genuinely angry. This is too far, Dave. This is the line. You can have your warrior princess Mandalorian darksaber wielding teenager who's only 16 years old nonsense and rebels, but this is too much. How is this even a fight? Is Sabine force sensitive? Did I miss something? Granted, I was barely able to stay awake during Rebels, but I'm pretty sure that she's not a Jedi, right? Did we forget that people with the Force used to move like this? The Mandoverse did something similar when Ahsoka fought some random chick with a spear and it was actually somehow a fight, even though she was able to take on Vader. This is so stupid. I'm tired of seeing it. I just can't take this seriously, and it really isn't helped that for some reason, the production quality in this scene looks straight out of a fan film. Why do lightsabers look like this? Are they from Disneyland? Why is the fight choreography so weird? Why does this remind me of an episode of CW Flash? Ahsoka episode 1 really does lull you into a false sense of security with its opening, only to disappoint the viewer more and more egregiously as the scenes unfold. But there is still hope. There is still one redeeming quality. I seriously couldn't muster a fuck to give about our protagonists, but the villains are very interesting and I do want to see more of them. I will be tuning into the next episode, but I have to say, there's only so much of this that Star Wars fans can take, Dave. Feel free to shout at me in the comments. I do read those. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.